There we go. All right. So today is Thursday, the 21st, and we've been up in the mountains all day. We went up early and actually met in Swannanoa first. There was a Fox News lady that met us. And we went in and went to different parts of Swannanoa, stuff that I hadn't seen. And man, it's very bleak. It's cold. It was snow. Well, it wasn't snowing this morning, but it was cold. We went into, it was basically like a homeless camp, it seemed like, and there's kids there, and they had just got porta potties, not running water, actual porta potties for the first time yesterday. And these people aren't that far out of town, so the fact that we don't have running water and they didn't have porta potties with kids, it's just mind-blowing. I took some videos. We're gonna get them out there, but this is the sort of stuff that we're trying to get out to the world and get it out to the senators and get it out to the people that need to see it. I mean, the fact that they had no bathrooms, they have no showers, they basically said they have to throw clothes away because they have no way to wash them. We've got to do better, and we're going to get them at least our shower trailer, and then hopefully I'm talking to Sam Beam at Beam Trailers, and he's got a trailer we're going to use as a doctor trailer, but I think we can use it as a shower, a bathroom, put a washer and dryer in there, and a place that they can get cleaned up and get back. It's not going to be normal, but at least get clean. That's a big thing right now. So we have started the fuel campaign. If you have a business and we can put these maybe on your gas pump or at the cash register where people can just scan it, do $1 and $5. Donate monthly. Give us $5 a month. Give us $10 a month. Give us $50 a month. Go with what you can give. That way we know that we've got donations coming in. And then again, once we get out of the fuel part of it, it'll go straight into building, and we'll start building. We have this campaign. Go to themountainalliance.com for this one. Also, the Moke Raffle is on there, so get on and get a Moke, buy a Moke. You can just buy one, and that helps us get these people like over there a single wide or a tiny house. Also, we have new shirts out on wncstrong.com or wncstrongmercantile.com. You can go just to wncstrong.com or to the Mountain Alliance. We're starting to put the schools on there. So like Franklin and Smoky, Hendersonville, but we will have every school. It's just taking Brittany a long time to make them. You got to do all the designs. So we've got hoodies and shirts. If you want a particular school and it's not on there, just DM us, email us, and you can buy a Franklin shirt and then tell us which shirt you want or which hoodie you want. We're slowly making them, and we'll get them all on there, but they're going to be on there. So a big thing still going around is the body count. And at this point, do I believe it's 250? No. Do I believe it's more than that? Probably. But it's getting to the point where until we have verified information, we're never going to know. One reason we'll never know is because you'll never actually find all the bodies. Whenever they hit the water, like at the Toe River, the water was going probably 130 miles an hour plus. So whenever they hit that water, it was blunt force impact. And then you can imagine what happens when you roll over the rocks. So to me, it is something that we have to talk about, but it's not something that we can really worry about right now. Right now, the worry needs to be get these people in housing, get these people warm, get these people clean, get them fed, get the kids taken care of, and get the kids some sort of normalcy. Because you got to think these kids have lost basically their entire childhood. It's never going to be normal for them. What we knew growing up is never, and I know that this isn't the only event that's ever happened like this, but for Western North Carolina to this magnitude, it is the only event that we've ever had like this. So getting the kids to some sort of normalcy and some sort of school. I mean, they have to be looking forward to going back to school. They have to be looking forward to going to see their friends. They have to be looking forward to not being dirty when they go to sleep, not being cold when they go to sleep. Um, it's it it bothers me, as you can tell. Moving on. So we've got two houses that we're working on. One is actually a house that works for a guitar company that William helped set up the investments for. He has been in the hospital, this guy. He actually rode the house down in a landslide, and he just got out of the hospital maybe 2 or 3 days ago. And then there's a second one that we've got, and I don't have the details on that. I actually went to Hawthorne today, if you know what that is. It is an event venue, sort of north of Bernardsville, but it also houses 12 people. And those 12 people work there and live there. And the event venues, how they make their money and how they provide for themselves. So that one will be actually helping a business, but also helping 12 individuals live. And it's not going to be that hard to do. It was really cool. I posted the video. Um, the guy came rolling up on a wheel in a cloak, and he just had all the energy in the world. He loved his place. He loved what they had there. It was an integrated community. They had farming. They all had chores. Some of them worked to pay some of the bills, but then the events, of course, paid the bills. And it's very Asheville, and it was cool. I liked it. And they're just looking forward to getting back on track. And it was snowing, 2:30 today, snowing up there. So I was like, I've got to go. We're going to come back and film, tell your story so we can get the GoFundMe and raise money for this. Because they do have a bridge that they have to build to get to the other side of the creek. It's the only emergency bridge that goes over there. He's like, how are we going to pay you? I was like, well, we're going to hopefully get a GoFundMe. How about you throw us an event? And that helps at least, cover some of this bridge cost. And he loved it. He's like, that's exactly the way this should be. So they're kind of like bartering. We'll throw an event and raise some money for the bridge. And he was just thrilled to death. That made him actually super happy to be able to throw an event. And that gets us as WNC Strong. WNC Strong is for everyone. And I don't particularly have the contacts for the people that would be at those events, and he does, and that gets more people involved and more people on the same page. That's what we want. Everyone coming together, everyone being one during all of this. So I loved it. That made me happy. What doesn't make me happy is some of these groups are still on, like, they don't care about any of the other groups. They don't want to work with anybody else. As long as they're taken care of, that's all they worry about. And that isn't the way this is going to ever work. But to me, the ones that are truly in it for the right reasons and coming together and actually helping the people, they're starting to step up and say, hey, we're in. We want to work together. We want to work together with everyone. Because that's the thing. We haven't went to anyone and said, hey, we need money from you. We're actually going to people and saying, hey, we need to find a way to get you money so you can stay here and you can work and you can help get Western North Carolina back up and running. And that's still a problem somehow. And everybody was kind of standoff. And I guess I get it. The first, they're like, well, they want something out of it. We don't. We just want you to help promote Western North Carolina, to help raise the money, keep the story at the forefront of America and the world. All of us working together to get the story out and blast the story out with a common message of this is how bad it is. But we, the people, are coming together and we are making this happen. If we all work on that together, the one voice is going to be a lot louder than all the little voices trying to scream it. One big voice yelling it as loud as it can is going to be way, way louder to the world. And they see we, the people, are coming together and we're doing this. Speaking of we, the people, and the government, I know you saw they appointed a committee. The best thing that I saw that came out of that is Kevin Corbin is going to be the co-chair of that. I know Kevin is in this for the right reasons. I know that he's going to do everything he can. He's been overwhelmed as all the senators have, and I know they're in session. But that's a good thing for Western North Carolina. Kevin being co-chair and helping get the help we need here, that's a big deal. So, Kevin, I'm glad that you got that, and I look forward to working with you. And I know you'll do the right thing. We're going to keep sending suggestions and initiatives. I know that you sent the one about the schools helping build, and y'all are discussing that. I know Carl got over um, the open title issue, working on that. Carl actually sent us also a nonprofit that was formed whenever the tobacco settlement, and he sent me all that contact. So I'm gonna be talking to him because they're actually the nonprofit is to create jobs, and that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully, we're going to create some more this week. Stop and saw Allison again today. I know you've heard me talk about her. She's great. She's killing Black Mountain over there, doing a great job. So that's the kind of people we want to keep working. Today we went and saw Kudzu. Kudzu is a marketing and uh, internet development company, web development. And it's just funny because whenever you talk about all this to people and you try to explain what WNC Strong is, first they get confused on profit, nonprofit. Yes, Mountain Alliance of Mission is the nonprofit. WNC Strong is the for-profit that funds all the other nonprofits that come on. So it does fund Mountain Alliance of Mission. Mountain Alliance of Mission is here to provide hope, and they provide hope by housing, health, and heat. The health is spiritual health, mental health, physical health, and food. I try to keep with the H's, and you have to have food to be healthy. So that just fell underneath that middle H. But then we'll, like Sentinel, we'll be giving them money to do what they're doing up in Elk River. They're also doing some of the legal part of it. Asheville BizWorks, we're working with them to get grants out. And speaking of that, William's looking at some of the numbers, and we're creating a program where we're going to go and ask businesses for 1% of their revenue. And the cool part is businesses that are affected but have been able to stay open are the first ones to jump on board. They're like, yeah, we'll give up 1% of our revenue to try to help these other guys get ready. And whenever you have affected businesses doing that, it's going to make my job and William's job much easier to go to businesses that were out of the area to get 1%. And that 1% is going to go to grants that Asheville BizWorks will help divvy out. So that's a way that we can get money raised, get it in a grant form that they don't have to pay back, but they have to do what, they have to actually use it for their business or they have to pay it back. But it's just a great way. William came up with that. And we're actually working with some credit card processors where we can get part of the credit card fees back to go back into the grant form. We're looking at everything. And I know sometimes people are like, well, I don't know what you're getting done. There's a lot getting done. It is not as fast as I want it to be. But like Kudzu, whenever they saw today how much we have gotten done and understood that this was actually possible and legal, because at first everybody's like, there's no way you can do all that. But you can, and we figured it out. And once you grasp what we're doing and you see that it is doable, it's a great plan. And it's going to change. I think it will literally change how we do disasters going forward, because next year when one of these hits in Florida or something hits in Texas or Colorado, whatever, we can take this same model and move it right over and do the same thing over there and not wait on the government. I really feel like it's going to change how we do business in America, how we actually help people. And there's some days I wake up and I'm like, why am I doing this? But whenever you see the people, you're like, you have to do it. You got to get this done. So that's what we're doing. Last thing, events. We are organizing events. We are having the tent revival. Once we get the tent, it's still in Nashville with Google. It took like 2 tractor trailers. We've already taken 1. It's going to take 2 more. It must be a massive tent. So the tent revival, and then we're organizing events, working on those right now. If you want to help organize one or somebody that would, I'll give you the example. So we have the RV park in Blue Ridge, Georgia. It's called Waterside of Blue Ridge. We're going to have a WNC Strong weekend over there where part of the rents goes to the rebuild, and then we'll have merch and events, and we'll do mokes over there. So that's an event. Josh and me actually own a 100-jumper horse who's won events, but then he got hurt, and we basically are not going to make money on this horse, but we're going to auction it off, and that leads us into an equestrian event. People with horses definitely have money. We're going to do an equestrian event, auction them off. The money will go back. We'll take the loss on it. But then we'll have the silent auctions and everything else that goes with that. And it's either going to be in Beaufort or Ocala. There's money there. So that's going to be a good event. OpenTap, a tap room that we own in South Charlotte. We're going to do an event there, and that's where we will release the licensed beer agreements that we have. That's where we'll put those out to the world. So that's in South Charlotte. And then Chris Bakitas in North Charlotte, Cornelius, has BoatYard Eats. So we're doing BoatYard Eats. We'll do an all-day Sunday event, and we're looking at February 2nd, I do believe. That will be an all-day event. You can come in, do your piece, have some drinks. Money goes to everything will go to, we'll get, Chris, the cost of the beer, and then everything goes above that. It's going to be good. And we have somebody working in Florida and somebody working in Texas. And then we have one more event that will be more formal. It'll be a formal black and white event in Charlotte. And I'm meeting with her on Monday. So we are scheduling events. Again, if you have somebody that can schedule an event anywhere. Oh, we're working on one in Franklin or North Georgia with Brittany Lofthouse. We just started talking today, so I don't know when that one will be. But if you have the ability to throw an event, you have a venue, you're anywhere in America, we will go there. We're looking at Manhattan. We're looking at Miami. We want to go places that have money and care about Western North Carolina. They come here to vacation, come here to, ski, whatever. We want to go to those places. So if you're in Florida, if you're in Virginia, you're in South Carolina, wherever, let us know. We'll help you schedule it. We're looking for a full-time fundraising event coordinator. We've got a couple interviews coming up. If you are that, reach out to us. We like to talk to you. Or if you're just a fundraiser for raising money for a company, reach out to us on that too. Last thing, as I always say, if you're struggling mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, reach out to us. Don't do something that you're going to regret or you can't take back. Reach out to us, and we're here to help. And there's a lot more help coming on the way. So don't be embarrassed. Reach out to me privately. Nobody will ever know unless there's something we have to go talk to a doctor about. Reach out to your pastor. There's pastors all over. They're working now. Reach out to a healthcare provider, someone. Don't do something you're going to regret. It's not worth it. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. I promise. I've been there and thought there wasn't, and it should have been a time whenever I had the most hope in the world. It's not you. It's just, it's something that the devil gets a hold of you. So we can overcome it. There is hope. With that, as I always say your prayers and much love. See you tomorrow.